part of my challenge with ocean swimming was the fear of being out of my depth. I got the times wrong, I think. I turned up for the event about 3 hours early. In fact, they hadn't even set it up, and I was really confused why there was nobody around. I started swimming when I was probably, had lessons when I was about 3 or 4, and just carried on until I was about 8, when everybody seemed to be twice the size of me, and I was a bit shy as a youngster, so I lost interest after that, but always loved swimming. But being English, I only ever really learnt breaststroke to keep my hair dry.
So when you came to Australia, was there quite a draw card to picking up swimming again?
Definitely. I mean, the ocean is much different from back in England. I remember one of the first times I went to, I think it was Manly, and I was standing in water up to just below my knees, and I could feel the rip pulling me out. You know, we don't get taught about conditions like that when we live in a country that doesn't have those issues. So it was always something that I wanted to do, and I guess I never thought that ocean swimming would be something that I would take up initially. I always wanted to improve my surfing. What
do you think it was about the ocean swimming that was so tough to start with?
I think part of my... Are you eating sand? Stop it. Part of my challenge with ocean swimming was the fear of being out of my depth, and obviously when you're in a situation where you are uncomfortable, you tend to breathe differently, and you're concerned about your surroundings. And another problem for me then was my fitness. I didn't have the fitness that I needed for that session, but yeah, I didn't expect to be lying on the ground hyperventilating at the end of it. But I came back. I completed the course, so it was just a learning curve, a very steep one.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. By the end of that, your fitness had gone through the roof. What do you put that down to?
Just as I've got older, a much better understanding of my own fitness and what I need to do. Preparation, stretching, resting as well, and just because within a session or two, I got really hooked on being out in the ocean, and I think it just inspired me to, to want to really push myself.
What have you learned most about the ocean and ocean swimming?
Just to, I guess, expect the unexpected. I don't have such a fear of the ocean now as I used to. I'm quite happy being out of my depth, and I just enjoy being out there, and being able to, I don't know, if there's things swimming around underneath me, not being too scared of that, almost being in awe of being in that environment, to be honest. It's just a great feeling, and I think yeah, the fear was the main thing for me. I know that I can never be 100% sure of exactly what's happening in the ocean, but I feel like I've got enough knowledge now to get myself out of a lot of situations where before I just wouldn't have had a clue and probably would have panicked.
Tell me about your first ocean swim event experience.
My first ocean swim event was the Bondi open water, I think back in January 2011, and I got the times wrong, I think. I turned up for the event about 3 hours early. In fact, they hadn't even set it up, and I was really confused why there was nobody around. Whether it was just that I was so keen to get out there, I don't know. But the conditions weren't great. I was only doing the 1K swim. So after arriving about 3 hours early, I went back home, had my breakfast, then the butterflies kicked in, and then I went back. I didn't have any other friends doing it with me. I just remember being excited about it, and hoping that I could at least try and swim 3/4 of the way without needing to stop. Yeah, I think because it was at Bondi as well where we did the training, that was good for me too, because it's the one key thing I remember from the start is you always used to teach us about the rip at the north end of the beach, and we started near the north end of the beach, and you could tell all the people that swam at Bondi, because when they shot the gun or blew the whistle, I can't remember, half of the swimmers went left to get into the rip, and the other half carried on going straight ahead. So you know, that saved my energy straight away getting in the rip. So I was out the back, you know, before I knew it, and you know, comfortable in environment I'd been in. So, but finishing it was a great feeling. My wife came down, took a few photos, and yeah, it was just it just got me hooked straight away.
How was having a baby with your wife change your ability to keep up your oceans?
Well, obviously he takes up a lot of time, and especially when he was younger, the sleeping was always a challenge. And you know, your priorities change, and I guess you know, I could sacrifice things for a bit of time as he was slowly growing up, knowing that I'd have the chance to get out there again, which I'm hoping to do this season, and eventually obviously hoping that he might show an interest in swimming as well. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for parents to jump in being a parent and an ocean swimmer?
Well, I guess it depends how well the kids sleep, and you know, we brought Sol to the beach a lot when he was younger, so get a good UV 50 factors tent, plonk your partner in the tent with the baby having a sleep, and you go out for a swim.
Why should people get into ocean swimming?
I just think it's there are so many activities now where people are enjoying what nature has, I guess, you know, things like ocean swimming, like trail running, and just getting into the outdoors. And you know, in a country like this, you're a fool if you don't appreciate the surroundings that you have, and I think it's a great confidence booster as well. You know, a lot of people are scared to go in the ocean at all, so to be able to do something where you're challenging yourself, keeping fit, and you know, also being able to enjoy, you know, where you live, I think it's a great thing to do. So yeah, if you enjoy swimming, if you like being outdoors, if you want to gain some confidence in the ocean and appreciate, you know, all the life that's in there, then you can't look too much further than taking up ocean swimming.